edition of Monday Night Mashup. I'm Sophie Keyes.
And I'm Natalie White with your weekly news update. University of South Carolina's Residence Hall Association hosted a color-filled dance party last Friday evening at the Green Street Fields.
This is Project Paint. It's the annual charity event that RHA does for the Harvest Hope Food Bank. What we do is charge people $5 to come in and have like essentially a color run without the run and enjoy themselves and build community, and all of this money goes straight towards Harvest Hope. We don't see a single dime of it. So it's a great way to build community and also serve a great cause.
I think it's important to attend events like this just to interact with people in your residence hall and also just to relieve stress, throw paint on people, have a good time.
I received an email about this event, and I actually went to it 2 years ago and took photos for it, and I remember how much fun it was, and last time I really didn't get to participate. So I decided this year that I'd come and have some fun, and I'm an RM, so I posted on our building Facebook page that my residents should come as well. I especially thought it'd be good for the international students because I don't know how popular this sort of thing is in other countries, so I thought it'd be good for them to come. So yeah.
It's just a fun way to raise money, and it's like different than just asking people just to donate. So I think I kind of like it how the initiative goes like to get like fun activities, but at the same time like help an important cause.
This past Saturday was the 25th South Carolina Pride here in Columbia. MC Patty O Furniture led the crowd through the events.
This is South Carolina Pride, our 25th annual celebration of Pride in South Carolina. For 25 years, we've been taking to the streets, celebrating the LGBT community, and today, the biggest and best Pride celebration ever, with bands and drag queens and politicians, vendors, and just lots of wonderful people celebrating the diversity here in downtown Columbia. Well, I'm just thrilled to be a part of this, and the big message that I want to send to everybody is one of pride and love, because there are no protesters here, there's not any hate or negativity. It's all about being proud of who you are, regardless of what that is, who that is, how you identify. Be proud in who you are and come out and celebrate with us. And we do it every year, and I can't wait for Pride 26 next year.
That concludes our university news this evening. After the break, Natalie will have your local and national news.
See, we at Capital City Sports didn't think enough people on campus knew about us, so we decided to create an awesome commercial to tell people that we mean business.
Well, how's that going for you?
Well...
All right, everybody, get into places right now. Nick, get off your phone. Blake, get off your phone. Stan, your hair is the wrong way, opposite direction. Flip it. Katie, why are you looking at me like that? And lights, please. Lights, lights. All right, and action.
This is Capital City. Ah!
All right, throw the ball.
Oh, what the?
All right, is the fan ready? Get that started. All right, and turn your heads right now.
I love sports. What's my line?
This is not how the commercial is supposed to go. No, that's not what I mean by a stand-up. You're white.
Y'all must not know about me!
I don't care! This looks terrible!
It's going pretty good.
Welcome back to M&M. This is your local and national news report. Columbia police are investigating an armed robbery at the CVS at 3595 Hardin Street Extension near downtown Columbia. The robbery took place around 9 p.m. this past Saturday. Police have released surveillance photos in the hopes that the robber can be identified. The man walked into the store, pointed a handgun at employees and customers, and victims were told to get on the floor, and the man demanded over-the-counter pain medicine and money. The pharmacy was closed at the time, but a worker gave the robber an undisclosed amount of money. No one was hurt in the incident. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 1-888-CRIME-SC. Nationally, University of Virginia student Hannah Graham is still missing after disappearing September 13th. Graham, age 18, was last seen in Charlottesville inside a downtown restaurant and bar with a 32-year-old man. The police have been seeking out a man last seen with the student with arrest warrants charging him for reckless driving. The person of interest, Jesse Matthew, had asked for a lawyer before speeding away at speeds that endangered other drivers. Police have searched Matthew's car and apartment and are awaiting forensic results. Authorities are offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to the cause of Graham's disappearance. University of Virginia President Teresa Sullivan said the school was committed to helping authorities. A bus traveling southbound on Delaware 1 overturned at 4:20 on Sunday. 2 women were killed and dozens were critically injured out of the 50 passengers on board. No other vehicles were involved in the crash. The bus driver and passengers were taken to area hospitals, including 2 children taken to Nemours DuPont Hospitals for Children in Rockland. 2 Delaware state helicopters and 1 Maryland state helicopter airlifted some of the critically injured. Traffic resumed passing through the area at 7 p.m. The bus had been returning from a 3-day trip from New York to Washington, D.C. That concludes our national news this evening. Sophie will have your international report in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Here's a story for nothing lady. You never really knew just what to say. These new friends came along to fix their problems. Hi, Teresa.
Welcome back to Monday Night Mashup. This is your international news. Sierra Leone's 6 million residents were on a rare 3-day lockdown this past weekend. Only those with government passes and security officials were allowed out during the weekend. The goal of the lockdown was not to stop the spread of Ebola or quarantine anyone. 30,000 health workers and volunteers were attempting to visit every home in the country in order to educate residents about Ebola. The goal was to increase confidence in the Sierra Leone health system and connect residents and the community to answer their questions. Similar shutdowns have taken place in Sierra Leone in the past and other countries such as India. In addition to information, the healthcare workers are handing out 1.5 million bars of soap. A roadside bomb went off on a busy downtown street in Cairo, killing a senior policeman. The explosion happened Sunday by the back gate of the foreign ministry. The police checkpoint was the target, with the bomb placed under one of the officers' cars. Several people were injured, some seriously. Egypt has faced several incidents by radical Islamists since last year's dismissal of President Mohamed Morsi. Most attacks have targeted security officials. Since last July, there have been more than 1,300 people killed and thousands arrested. Of those killed have been more than 450 policemen and soldiers. That concludes our international news this evening. Corey Drennon will have your weather after this break. Stick around.
Welcome back to Monday Night Mashup. I'm Corey Drennon with your weekly weather report. So this past week we finally got to have a breather from some of that classic hot, humid Columbia weather, and we've been having some cool temperatures. Tonight you can expect a temperature in the mid-60s, maybe around 66, 75% humidity and no % chance of rain. So if you're going to go study at the library, you don't have to worry about bringing an umbrella with you. And that's kind of what the weather is going to be like for the rest of the week. You can expect temperatures in the mid to late 60s and 70s, and maybe a few scattered showers, but really it's just going to be nice and cool. But ladies, do not break out the Ugg boots yet, because Mother Nature is going to throw us a curveball on Sunday with temperatures in the 80s. So moving on to national weather, you can tell that the whole nation is still kind of in the summery hot weather mindset, but we're going to be looking at a lot of rain this week. On the West Coast, there's going to be some rain in the Oregon and Washington area on Tuesday and moving into California on Wednesday. And in the south, that's going to be where our low pressure area is this week, which is going to bring us plenty of rain with temperatures in the mid-70s, especially in Virginia, Georgia, and the Carolinas. The rest of the region, like Texas and Alabama, is going to be relatively dry. Now, in the northeast area of the country, they are going to be having the best weather this week, maybe a few scattered showers in northern Maine, but other than that, it's going to be great. On the flip side of that, though, our midwestern region is going to have the most severe weather this week with some hard-hitting thunderstorms. That's going to bring a lot of hail and heavy winds. But our local, our big weather story this week is the fire that's been going on in California. Northern California has had a forest fire for over a week now. It's destroyed over 80,000 acres already. It's located in about 60 miles of East Sacramento in the El Dorado National Forest. And it has killed or destroyed almost 36 structures. We are expecting a few thunderstorms this week, and that could either help it or harm it. We aren't really sure what's going to happen until it actually happens, unfortunately. The man accused of starting this fire is being held on a $10 million bail. And that concludes this week's weather update. Stick around for our sports after this with Tess Brockmeyer.
And welcome back to M&M. I'm Tess Brockmeyer with your University Sports. After trailing 14-0 in the first quarter, number 14 Gamecocks came back to defeat the Vanderbilt Commodores 48-34 on the road. Sophomore Farrah Cooper totaled 189 yards for the game, a career high. Carolina took its first lead at the end of the half with a 53-yard return on an interception. Carolina had 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter alone and held the Commodores to 10 with another field goal block this season for senior J.T. Surratt. This weekend, the Gamecocks take on the University of Missouri at Williams-Brice Stadium, with the game day on the Horseshoe beginning at 9 a.m. This is the 7th game day at South Carolina's campus. The Gamecocks are 3-3 for game days, winning the last 2. The game will be at 7 p.m. and the stadium is sold out. Junior Stevie Parker gave the number 14 South Carolina Lady Gamecocks a 2-1 overtime win in its SEC opener in the 100th minute at Auburn. The Sunday afternoon game seemed to be in the bag for the ladies after an 85th minute goal, but Auburn was able to come back just 4 minutes later with a goal of their own. Carolina came out strong in the beginning of the extra period with a few opportunities for the ball to be in Auburn's area of the field. On the ladies' 4th corner kick, Parker sealed the win from outside the 18-yard box. The ladies take on the University of Missouri next, this Friday at 6 p.m. here in Columbia. South Carolina men's tennis team finished the SEC Fall Classic with its freshman doubles team claiming 2nd place in their first collegiate competition. The team of Thomas Marone and Harris O'Keefe won 3 of their 4 in tiebreaks. The double team of beat Ole Miss and the University of Florida in the semifinals and finals respectively. South Carolina lost 8-2 to the team ranked 42nd in the nation. The Gamecocks return home until heading to Cary, North Carolina for the ITA Carolina Regional October 16th through the 20th. That concludes your university sports this evening, but there will be more Monday Night Mashup after this.
Cause your bypass with the bag over your head. Cause your bypass.
So it's Parents Weekend. Does anyone have any visitors coming?
Both of my parents are coming. What about y'all?
Not this year, but last year when I was a freshman, my parents came. And they had this like sign that said Corey Drennon freshman, and I couldn't help but think like, you know, those like limo drivers that wait with like
At
your
the
name
airport,
on it. That's
yeah.
what I thought of.
Oh
I thought
my
it was so
gosh,
funny.
yeah.
So funny. Oh, they just love you and they love the clock, so they were just glad to be here. Yeah. Thanks for watching this edition of Monday Night Mashup. Be sure to follow our coverage throughout the week on our website and follow us on Twitter at SGTV News4. Additionally, check out our weekend previews online every Friday for your university update on what is happening in and around the area each weekend. Have a great evening.
This is South Carolina Pride, our 25th annual.
My name's Aaron Graves, and I